If you are 30 years and above and you still want to study abroad, like you want to go for BSc courses abroad, which is bachelor's degree, your age doesn't matter though. So there's countries you can actually apply to if you want to study abroad for BSc. For example, Portugal. If you want to go for BSc courses and you're above 30, you can actually apply for BSc courses in Portugal. But the main thing right now is in Portugal, most of the BSc courses they are taught in Portuguese. So if you're applying for Portuguese courses, you must know how to speak Portuguese. You must understand Portuguese. They will require you to show B1 or B2 proficiency letter in Portuguese. Well, I've seen somebody that actually applied for a BSc program in Portuguese and he got the admission. He's undergoing classes so as to keep up with the lectures in class. So it's not easy. And one of the things about, applying for BSc courses when it comes to Portugal is the tuition fee is from 5,000 to 7,000. Some universities 9,000. So it depends. Unlike masters, for example, masters you can see masters for 2,500, 3,000, 4,000. For BSc, it ranges from 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, and even more. If it's a private university, it costs more. You can see some courses in English, but that is mostly from private universities, 7,000. It's possible to see. So it depends on your budget. It's not like you cannot study abroad based on your age. If you're above 30, it's not possible. You can actually study based on your budget. Another country again that you can actually look into is Lithuania. So BSc courses in Lithuania from 3,000, 4,000, depends. The application fee, some schools collect €100, some collect 170. So it depends. And the beauty of all these things is you can move with your family. For example, Portugal, you can move with family. So if you pay all these sacrifices and you intend moving with your family, it's a good thing. You get admission, you process your visa with your family, you guys move. It's good. For example, for Lithuania too, if you're above 30, you can apply to this school. For example, Vilnius University, that the application fee is €100. Most times people are afraid of the application fee. To me, I know it's hard. For example, if you're coming from a third world country, the application fee is a part of it. But if you're looking forward to the long term, if you're looking forward to something good, this is to me it's more like sacrifices you pay. So the Vilnius University and some other university that I know in Lithuania is a good option for somebody who wants to go for bachelor's degree. So all these things are looking at your budget. The main thing is looking at your budget. What are you looking for? What do you want to achieve? How much do you have? How much have you budgeted out in moving to all these countries? So you go to each of these countries, look at the universities, look at their tuition, and see if it's something you can actually finance. You go for it. Another good country again that if you're above 30, you should consider is Sweden. Sweden is very, very good. It's very, very powerful. It's very, very nice. When it comes to the Swedish universities, so they have this portal they call universityadmission.se. So it's more like a portal where you can apply to the Swedish schools. It's a portal that holds all of them. So you can actually apply to these schools. Because I remember in 2023, when I was applying for schools in Sweden, so that was the platform that we used, universityadmission.se. So if you go to these schools, tailor down your search, BSc, masters, what you want. Then look at the tuition fee of the schools. You see schools that are actually open for admissions. So like some schools in Lithuania, they are open. Some schools in Sweden, they are open. This is why I'm making this video. So it depends on what you want, what you tend to achieve. Like I keep saying, you go for it. For application fee for Sweden, it ranges from 80, 90, €100. Depends. But like I said, the portal universityadmission.se will give you all these informations. It's not that you're applying to individual schools, but once you go to this portal, you see all the schools there. Choose what you want to, and one that's good for you based on your budget. You put up your applications. And once you get admission, you start getting prepared. Another wonderful country again that is actually good for people who are above 30 and want to move abroad is the Netherlands. Of course, most of you guys will say it's expensive. But like I said, depends on your budget, what you want. If you're above 30 and you want to move abroad, consider the Netherlands. For tuition fee for BSc is for 9,000 euros to 20,000 euros. And one thing I love about the Netherlands is this. The schools helps you when it comes to visa process. You will send money to once you get admission, you pay your tuition fee. The school will ask you some questions regarding your visa and everything. So they'll help you in the visa process. That's the one thing about the Netherlands is good. But the thing is, the tuition fee is quite high. But if you know you are good for it, I would say go for it. It's a wonderful country. It's beautiful. I've met a lot of people from there. Have a lot of people schooling there. It's very, very nice. The next other country again is Belgium. Remember, the Netherlands, you can move with family. All these countries I'm saying they are countries that you can move with your families. So if you want to move abroad, you are married, you have a family, personally I would say, okay, once you get all these documents, you get admissions, arrange everything and move abroad. All right. So, but for the Netherlands, I would personally say you go first. Once you go to Netherlands, you set up the systems, you are okay with accommodations, and then you can bring in your family, because there are some governmental bodies in the Netherlands that you need to inform that you want to bring your family before they give you the documentation to bring in your family. All right. So it might not be easy moving with your family at once. You and your family to move to the Netherlands at once. But I would say you move first, you go there, you set up system, then let the governmental bodies know that you want to bring your family. Once they give you the go ahead and the rights to bring your family, you do it. But if you can move with your family the first time, that's not a problem. The next other country again is Belgium. Belgium is also good. Each of these countries has their documentations when it comes to admissions. You guys need to be aware. All right. So I'm listing out these countries for you to choose the one you want. And if you find each of them interesting, maybe anyone you want, you go to each of the universities, find out their requirements when it comes to documentations, find out if they need notarizations, if they need legalizations, if they need all these things, you do it. For Belgium, the tuition fees not that expensive because Belgium is a multilingual country. What I mean by multilingual, multiple languages are spoken in Belgium. The tuition fee for BSc can be from 3,000 to 5,000 to 7,000. So it depends on the university. Mind you, private universities are more expensive. If you are going for private university, it's more expensive. But if you are going for government universities, it is cheap. But just that thing is, public universities or government universities, they are very, very competitive. People are sending applications in there. And that is why I keep saying you start early. When you start early, you have multiple chances of moving abroad with your family and even moving despite you are above 30. All right, these are countries that I know that I've looked into, and they can actually accept you despite you being above 30. But if you still know more, comment below. All right, so I might not know it all. So if you have found this video helpful, please comment. So if you need tips, you need advice, please comment below. Maybe if you have questions, comment below and I will respond to you guys. Sorry, I might not have responded to all comments, but just that I must say I'm trying to figure out school process and do other things that's required for me, guys. But meanwhile, if you need to talk to me one-on-one, send an email to me, and we schedule time to talk to you guys. And I appreciate you guys for all my returning subscribers. All I have to say is I'm really grateful, and I see all of you guys. So guys, below this video description, you will see the Telegram community link. Please join, ask questions, join there. Personally, I'm there supporting and asking and helping people too. And there are people who are also on the journey supporting each other, and let's all come together and help and support each other. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and bye for now. Once again, all these countries you can move with your family. It's affordable based on your budget, I must say. Some people will say 7,000 is too much, while some people will say 7,000 is affordable. Depends on your budget, all I must say. But above all these countries, they are all in the EU. They're all in the European Union. You can move around. If you're in Portugal, you can move to Netherlands. If you're in Belgium, you can move to Netherlands. It depends on what you want and what you tend to achieve in the whole process. And all these countries, when you move abroad as a student, you have the right to get your residency permit. You be given your residency permit. You get residency permit. That is getting your document in here in Europe. All right. Thanks and once again, peace and bye for now. Peace.